Be up, guys. Be up, guys. At last, I'm here. Apologies for the delay. Apologies. Major apologies, guys. Supposed to be on at 6 o'clock. Well, actually, even earlier, 5 o'clock. But then also, I've had Wi-Fi issues. So that's my main reason for not being on. So apologies, guys. But anyway, I'm going to get straight on with this as well. I have got the link in here. If anyone else wants to come on, you're welcome to. Got a lot to get through, obviously, so I won't hang around too much longer. There's a comment there from Warren, of course, and I know you were in here, buddy, so don't worry, I'll add you on very soon. Massive win for the Bees. Congratulations, Mr. B. Yeah, cheers, bro. Thank you. Brilliant. About time we won at home, so very happy with that, guys, Cheers for that, man. Brilliant. Cheers, Warren. And yeah, so it's brilliant from us at last to win at home. Since last year. We haven't won since last year. But there you go. We will go into that. Obviously, we're going to go on to the Premier matches first. Obviously, all the results and everything, reaction. And I'll bring that up, and then I'll obviously bring Warren on as well, and we'll get into all that. And there we go, Prem results reaction. And also got Kev in here. Cheers, Kev. Thanks for coming in, bro. Be up to you, my friend. Brilliant. Thomas Frank's done an amazing job for you, mate. He has. He really has. He's been... One stage I did kind of slag him off a bit, because, I thought he was going to take us down maybe last season. Wasn't quite happy with him then. And also I'm still not sure why he's still keeping hold of Flecken in goal. I can't understand that. It's baffling me why he's sticking with Flecken. He's still making mistakes. He done one the other day. It nearly cost us a goal. Almost give away a penalty as well. And that's what he keep doing. He's not good enough for this club. I'm sorry. He just isn't. And sooner he's out, the better, I don't go by all these stats, apparently, all these great saves and stuff he's doing and whatever else. Because he keeps fucking up, as far as I'm concerned. He's not good enough. And... won't be happy till he goes, and we get a proper goalie in. But it might keep us, stop us from, conceding so many goals for a fucking change, because we should have been doing that easier than this. 4-2 in the end against a team with 10 men, against Brighton on Saturday. 10 men. Let that sink in. We still struggled. And yeah, we won 4-2 in the end, but I still think we were probably at our best as well. That was probably one of our best performances still for a long time, especially at home. And, because we have struggled at home. We ain't played at our best, but I think we were great. Okay, I don't think Brighton were amazing. But you have to beat what is in front of you. And we did. So we've done it well in the end, I guess. Yeah, be up to you, Mel, as well. Great to see you in here, my friend. Brilliant. Great win for the Arsenal as well, of course. You won 4-0 against Ipswich. I mean, I don't think Ipswich were great, but obviously they're going down anyway. They deserve to get walloped for that bad tackle on Saka, on your star boy, to be honest. It was terrible and deserved to lose badly. Congratulations on Brentford's win. Yeah, cheers, Mel. Brilliant. Thank you. It was a great win. We badly needed it. Gives us a chance still of Europe, although, as I say, I don't think we're ready for it. I don't think we're ready for Europe. We may get conference or something, but I'm not sure we got the team and squad to cope with it, unfortunately. But, hopefully... we may get it, and it's an achievement for us to get into Europe. It'd be incredible, but we'll see. and obviously I'm just going to bring these scores up and stuff ready, and obviously I'm going to bring Warren on. He's patiently waiting there, so I'll bring the fella on, and we'll get on with it. Be up to you, Warren, my friend. How you doing, buddy? I ain't seen you
Yeah,
for a while.
not too bad, Steve. Not too bad, mate. I just want to apologise for not being on much lately, but you know
Right.
why.
You've been busy, I know, yeah. I know, mate.
Yeah. So, but thanks for letting me come on, man.
Yeah, no
And
worries.
I
Anytime,
hope
man.
we can make this a brilliant stream for you.
Yeah, cheers, man. Yeah, of course, you know, as many people want to come on, you can. I'll put the link there. Everyone is welcome to come on. So, but obviously we want to get into this, mate, and obviously, I've got another one here, Jordan. Yeah, be up to you, Jordan. Hey, Steve, yeah, be up to you, my friend. Bit of a struggle for your team yesterday, Liverpool, but you still obviously got the win. 1-0, but was a little bit of a struggle. I think we thrashed Leicester, and I can't believe Liverpool struggled to beat them. I can't believe that, to be honest. But there we go. And Leicester are down, of course, and we'll talk about that more later on as well. But obviously we go into this, and of course our game to start with, 4-2 against Brighton. What do you make of this one, Warren? What a win for us, wasn't it, in the end?
I'm really happy for you, mate, that you've turned the corner and you've got that monkey off your back, and that you've finally got that home win. Hopefully now you can kick on, keep the good away form going as well, and I'm sure you're going to start climbing up the table. I know there's only like 5-6 games left, but mate, honestly, I think that you're good enough to push for a European spot. I know you keep saying that you don't think you're ready, but even if you don't make a major impact, the experience of going into Europe will do the club a world of good, in my opinion. And you'll be able to attract higher caliber of players, particularly as a certain individual, Flecken.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
mate, that guy has got to go, right? Come the summer, if he's not replaced, serious question marks got to be asked to Beth Thomas Frank, because he is a major problem. Like, goalkeeper is one of the most important positions on the pitch. He's destabilised. I'm convinced he's destabilising the defence, because I reckon they've got no confidence in him, because every single game he fucks up.
Yeah, exactly.
And I like I said to you before, I remember watching Maidstone when they were in the Football League, and they had this fella, Nicky Johns, ex-Charlton goalkeeper, playing for them. Every single game, it was the same. He'd make a massive mistake and either be a goal or cause absolute chaos in the defence. And it's just a nightmare, mate. And I do feel for you, because it's horrible. Because he's a major thorn in the side of the club. He's got to be replaced, and I'm sure that you can do much better than him.
Well, I know we can, and I wish we would. I wish he would go for someone else, but I don't know why he's not. I don't get it, mate. It's baffling. It really is baffling, and that's we can take the next step up if we get a better keeper. We've got a decent defence there. We just want a better keeper, surely. It's not rocket science.
I mean, the thing is, they're saying that this end of this season, whoever finishes eighth could possibly qualify for Europe, and I don't think that eighth position, if you if you start winning at home and keep the away form going, I still think you can get eighth. And then you'll be in Europe, and that will mean you'll be able to attract a better caliber of player. It'll bring in extra revenue, and it'll be such a positive thing for the club to go and play in Europe.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, whether it's conference, Europa League, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that might help us keep the players we got as well, the Bramo and Vissers and all that. It might help us keep hold of them, you know.
Well, exactly. And, you know, you want to be keeping hold of your best players. You don't want to be selling them.
Well, no, definitely not. Not to you lot either, of course.
Well, no. Well, yeah, but we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, fuck Arsenal. Sorry. No, apologies, guys, but I don't want them sell. Don't want to buy our players. You know, it's not good enough. I'm not happy with that. But yeah, some performance. I thought Bramo was great again. Of course, he got man of the match there. Visser, brilliant as well. I'm still not, as I said on my stream yesterday, I'm still not sure he's a natural goal scorer as such, Visser. He does get goals. Of course, he's got 16 now. I think it's 16. Yeah, it's 16. But I'm not sure he's really a total out-and-out natural goal scorer. I don't know if he can be taught that. He's 28 now. Surely you should know it by now at that age. You know what to do in front of the goal.
But the thing is, Steve, you say that, but the two of them have scored 34 goals between the two of them.
True. It is. That's incredible, you know. But imagine how many more he could have got if he managed to score some of them.
No, you are right. You are spot on, mate. I'm not disputing it, but I'm just saying that they are quite they seem to work really well together, and they're a formidable partnership. Do you know what I mean? I think in Bremo, if he keeps this going, he could get about 21, 22 this season.
Yeah, yeah.
If not more.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to go into that later on, the race for the Golden Boot, of course, for the Premier League. I'm going to go into that one a bit later on. And because, of course, he's up there with Visser. Visser's 6. I think he's 4th, Bramo. So, you know, so obviously they're in it and they're in with a chance. But could they overtake Haaland or Salah or Isak is the thing. But obviously we'll talk about that later on. But what did you make of this game anyway? What do you think about Brighton, Warren? I think they're a bit disappointed.
Brighton have been on a poor run of form for quite a while now.
Yeah.
Do you know, I don't really get it. I know they've lost a lot of their players. I mean, like Trossard, mate, I really rate him. I think he's an absolutely brilliant player. I think he's Arsenal's best forward player. I was going to say striker, but he's not a striker. I don't think we've got any strikers.
He scored 2 yesterday, didn't he? He scored 2. So
well, yeah, he did, but he's not a striker, mate. That's the thing.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? But like they've lost a lot of like top quality players, and you have to. Was sitting here like earlier thinking, where the hell would they be if they managed to keep hold of all those players?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure they'd be challenging for the title.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, this game yesterday, that sending off, like
terrible. That.
Oh, it was shocking, mate.
Yeah.
He should get a ban now. Well, he will, but more than the standard anyway.
Yeah, well, he's always looked likely to do that, João Pedro. What I've seen of him, he always looks like a bloody nutter, likely to lash out all the time or something, you know. And I can see that coming. And of course, when you get, you know, annoyed or frustrated with the game, it's like Ipswich as well yesterday. See what happened with him, you know, kicking out of course Saka, which was terrible again.
I know.
I think that's you know.
The thing is, these players like Ipswich, they came out onto that pitch and they were so hyped up.
Yeah.
Because they're fighting for their Premier League survival, right? And they knew they were going to be really up against it, and they were probably came out on that pitch thinking, "Yeah, we've got a real battle on our hands here. We've got to really get stuck in," and it just went a bit over the top. But I thought Brentford did really well. I think again the front two looked superb. Wissa and Bremo. They took
They-
the goals really well. Norgard was good.
Yeah,
So yeah, I was impressed, mate. I'm not impressed with the goalkeeper. And I heard this stat the other day that someone was trying to praise Flecken and
yeah,
saying he's one of the best goalkeepers in the league on the basis of the fact that he's made more saves than any other goalkeeper in the league. And I was thinking to myself, well, that isn't really a strong indication of whether he's any good or not.
no,
It
no.
just proves that he's like being peppered a lot. So is it not? I'm not going on about the mistakes, but the fact that their teams are able to get so many shots in on and go on Brentford's goal, right? It's a bit of a concern. So I'm thinking, well, what's going on with the defence? Because if the defence was doing its job properly, they wouldn't get through. They wouldn't be able to get the shots off.
That's
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this is what I was saying to you when we were chatting the other day. Look, if I was coaching that team, I'd try and get the defence in the training sessions to play defence against attack. The whole team, like defence against attack. Get the defence playing against the attacking players, and get the defenders to play without a goalkeeper. Do you know what I mean? You know, and because he's a liability. But the problem is, Steve, that when it is like that, it just destabilises the whole defence because they've got they'll end up having no confidence in him if they haven't already.
Yeah.
And then like that is just for chaos because it leads to chaos in like the defensive part of the field.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you're sort of like you're nervous all the time about doing something wrong because you know the goalie won't bail you out at the back, isn't it? That's a problem as well.
Yeah, because you know if you fuck up and say it's Aaron Hickey, right? Yeah. I know he's not playing at the minute, but if he was, he's probably thinking in his mind, if this fucker gets past me and gets in on goal, there's a good chance he's going to score because fucking Flecken will fuck it up.
Exactly, mate. Exactly.
And that's too much pressure. Like if they were like more relaxed and confident about what was behind them, then they wouldn't be having these thoughts and they wouldn't be worried so much. So that's why I'm saying it's such a big issue and it needs to be resolved. It needs to get a new goalkeeper, like someone with a commanding presence.
But he hasn't. He don't command his area well enough. He doesn't. He don't come out for the ball. On corners, he don't come out. He don't come off his line to get them. He don't do it. You don't push people out the way. So that's what goalies should do. Push them out the way. All your players out the way. Come and get the ball.
Well, they should be like an imposing character. Yeah, because that was Arsenal's problem for a long time. Like we had these goalkeepers kept coming in, and none of them were like very vocal, right? And then when Emi Martinez came in, right, when Bernd Leno got injured, he was really vocal.
Vocal, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and he noticed a big difference in the defence when he started like ordering them around and telling them where to go and what to do.
Like a captain, a commander or something, yeah.
Well, because he can see everything that's going on around him.
Yeah.
And what's in front of him, whereas a defender, it's a bit more difficult to do. But, that's why you need a goalkeeper who's quite mouthy. It's important, mate. So, yeah, that was a good win, though, for the Bees yesterday, mate. And hopefully now things will start turning the corner. Well, they will be able to continue this, that will win the next home game as well, and things will start moving in the right direction. And also, it's important to keep the away form going because they have been really, really impressive away from home.
We got Forest next away anyway, and that's not till next Thursday now. So
I reckon you could go there and do a job on them because Forest are like, they're not
mm,
playing well at the minute, mate.
yeah, they're in the FA Cup and everything. That's why I think that's one. They got one eye on that, haven't they? Somehow I
Mm-hmm.
think that's what I reckon. So,
Yeah, probably.
but I think might be a good opportunity to do it. You know, beat them at the right time to get them. I think
Well, yeah.
because they beat us at home last. They beat us at home 2-0 in the last game. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, be up to you, Harry. By the way, be up, guys. Hope we're all good. Yeah, cool, mate. Thanks for coming in here, bro. Shame about Bristol City. I know you lost to Luton 3-1. Sorry about that, mate. But unfortunately, it looks like Luton will get out of shit now, out of that relegation zone in the Championship. So that's good for them, I suppose. But yeah, back to this, and yeah, I think it's a great win, but we do need to keep it going now. And as you say, we can beat Forest away. That'd be amazing. I think we've got Ipswich at home. I think we've got them as well, as far as I know. Obviously, the Man United and Fulham, which I'm going to, both of those. So, but yeah, so there's quite a few matches to come yet. And, we could do it. We could still get Europe. So, you never know. Honeygun again, yeah, disappointing result for us, mate. Big win for you guys yesterday against the Seagulls. Yeah, exactly. We stung them, mate. We stung them. Stung the fucking Seagulls, mate, for nicking our chips and that. That's what the fucking Seagulls, mate. Were shitting on us, I always hate that when you go away on the south coast, mate, on holiday and fucking seagulls shit on you or fucking they take your food or whatever, don't they?
They're fucking vermin, mate. They're flying vermin. They're just like flying rats.
Yeah, man.
Fucking hate them. I can't, I'm telling you something. I know someone I know. If they had their way, they'd be out in the street with a fucking shotgun shooting the bastards.
I'm sure it's someone we both know, yeah. But anyway, yeah, so on to this one. Bit of a boring game, to be honest. Palace and Bournemouth, 0-0. Nothing special there, was it really, this game? Had Richard sent off Palace. So, did you see much of this game, Warren, or anything? Know much about
Which
it?
one, sorry, Steve?
Palace and Bournemouth.
Palestine. No, I didn't. I saw the sending off incident and I thought it was a bit harsh, to be honest.
Right, yeah. It probably was a bit. But, I don't think it was that great a game. I think these two are decent teams, good teams. I rate them both. But I don't know what happened there. They just didn't really. I think Palace are sort of coming back from two whitewashes, 5-2 and 5-0.
Mm-hmm.
So they were probably lowering confidence a bit, to be honest. But they needed sort of a point. I think Bournemouth were sort of slipping a bit as well, and they needed a point, I guess. So in a way, it's good for both of them, but I don't think it was a great game at all. And missed opportunity for Bournemouth. Yeah, probably could say that. Pace hold firm to frustrate Cherries. Yeah, Munoz got man of the match. Good player. I think he's pretty good. But yeah, I don't think both teams were at their best. I wouldn't say in this one.
No, I mean Palace's form has like dipped, and it seems to be a common theme with all these teams that are in the FA Cup semi-finals. Form's just dropped off the cliff, hasn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Except for City, of course, but we'll talk about them later.
Yeah, they managed to win again, and obviously going up there. They're obviously in the FA Cup as well. It could be the first season though where they win nothing. What would you make of that one, Warren? Do you think that'd happen? Guardiola wins nothing. for a
I'll be
season?
surprised if it does. I'll be surprised. I will be surprised if he doesn't win a trophy.
Hmm. Well, he's
You
only got
know.
the FA Cup. He's only got the FA Cup to do it, though.
Yeah, I know, but I just like it. Just like it. I just can't see him not winning a trophy. I just think, like, you know, something dramatic would have to go wrong. Do you know what I mean? Like, because that team's just like a machine.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But they've been without obviously lots of Rodri all season, pretty much.
Yeah, I think when he comes back next season, they're going to be a different animal, mate.
Yeah,
I
man.
think it'll be back to normal. I think that potentially is the reason that their form dipped so badly, because I just think he's that good,
Yeah, yeah.
you know. But I
He,
might be wrong. But I did have this conspiracy theory. There was something to do with the charges, and that they knew that they were going to get relegated, and all the rest of it. But I think I'm right in saying that they've successfully appealed the charges, and the FA can't touch them.
well, that's
So
nothing new, is it? Let's be honest.
yeah.
Could some of that Reddy's there? Could that have anything to do with it?
Well, yeah, probably, and probably the fact that they can afford the best lawyers in the world as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, if that, I would like to have seen what would have happened if it had been Ipswich Town that had had these charges levelled against them.
They wouldn't get away with it, would they? They'd be
No, of
far.
course they wouldn't, because they wouldn't be able to afford the best lawyers, and I just think it's wrong.
It is
But
totally.
that being said, I'm not 100% sure that I agree with all this restriction on these teams about what they can do, what they can spend. I'm not sure about it, mate. I just think, you know, it's if
It's
it was
still,
a business, right? If it was like you and I had a sweet shop each,
yeah.
like we wouldn't like the government wouldn't come round and say to you, "Oi, you can't like spend all this money on your business to make it better. You can only we're going to cap the amount of money you can spend in your business." It don't work like that. So why is football any different? You know, I know they're like saying, "Well, it's got to be fair." Well, you know, go and attract sponsorship, go and attract. Do you know? I just think I'm not sure it's right, mate.
No, no, it's not, I guess. But then again, I think they're thinking about the fairness of other teams because these lot have got all the money to buy players. They can get the big players, and other teams haven't.
Yeah, I
And
know,
that,
but it's up to them to
yeah,
go and attract it, isn't it? Do you know? I just think, like, I don't know. There's part of me. I'm not saying that I like saying that's what I think. I just think like there's part of me that's thinking, is it right? Like all this financial fair play and like I just think it's a bit much. It's like I don't know. I'm not convinced about it, mate. I'm not saying it's right and I'm not saying it's wrong. I just like a bit confused by it all really because like I say, if it was a normal business like Sainsbury's and Tesco's, like
yeah,
it wouldn't happen. Do you know what I mean? It just wouldn't, you know, and
markets, leading companies, aren't they? Yeah, it
what?
wouldn't happen. Well, they're the two biggest supermarkets, aren't they? Big companies, aren't
Well,
they?
yeah, exactly. And this is what I'm saying. Do you know what I mean? It's like, you know, I don't know. I'm not convinced about it. I'm not saying that I agree with it. I'm just saying, I don't know. It don't sit very easy, comfortably with me, mate. I really, it's just like
But
part of me thinks, well, what are we trying to achieve here? Are we trying to make it a level playing field? In which case, you could like drive away all this, you know, financial investment in the clubs and you know, in the youth development and whatnot? Or are we saying that you want to like make the product as good as it possibly can be? In which case, don't like restrict what these teams can do.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know? I don't know, man. I just like it's part of me that's got a bit of a problem with it, and
no, I understand, man. I understand. I mean, the thing is, right, if you're going to clamp down on all these teams, it's got to be all the teams, not the big teams as well. It's got to be those like City, Arsenal, Chelsea, Spurs, whatever, United, whatever. Where it's
yeah,
got to
because
be.
I don't know why they're doing it. I don't know whether it's because they're trying to stop teams going out of business and whatnot, because they don't want to see them like overstretching themselves to like try and get success. But
oh, he's gone. Warren's gone. Anyway, yeah. Following on from that, I think it maybe he's kind of right there with that. What he's saying, but I think they put these rules out, and you got like PSR and all that, and we never fall foul of PSR because we always manage it properly. What we do buying players, we don't go spend above our means, and we seem to always get these like good players in. Somehow we still get some very good players, and then some shit ones as well, as we know. But we always try to spend within our means and not fall foul of PSR. And but I think teams that get away with it, like the City and that, I think it's totally wrong because you can't. It's supposed to be the same. You're not supposed to be able to spend and spend loads of money because you're not supposed to get away with it. And City they keep getting away with it all the time. It's not right. Maybe they should release the clamps of doing this and take the caps off of spending. Spend what you want, but then again, it's still unfair on other teams. It'd be unfair on us, the smaller teams, the other smaller teams in the league. It wouldn't be right. And we always watch how we're doing, how we're going with PSR. We don't go out and try and spend mega bucks on big players. Well, because we could do. We have got the money. We have got some money, the bees, but we don't. We do PSR. We stick to the rules. We don't go spending above our means. We don't do it. But as I say, back to this one, Everton 0 Man City 2, and of course, good win for City. I thought it'd be closer than this. I thought I put something like 2-1, I believe, last week in my predictions. O'Reilly and Kovacic, though, with both goals. O'Reilly, very good player, young player. And Kovacic seems to come up with some goals at times. Never prolific as such, but he does get goals. I think O'Reilly looks a good young player, and there's a lot of good ones there for City coming through. Man City need midfield rebuild. Yep, I think he'll be part of that. This young man, O'Reilly, I really do. Tarkowski injury adds to Toffee's woes there, and. Yeah, Tarkowski's out. I'm amazed he ain't sent off half the time, though. He used to play for us, of course, Tarkowski, and he should have been sent off against Liverpool, as we all know what he done there. That was terrible. That wasn't great at all. But yeah, player of the match, O'Reilly deserved it. I think he was really good. Great game, and somehow City is still up there. And poor season, of course, for them. But while they've still got some great players there, De Bruyne is still doing it there. I think they're still in the shake-up maybe of at least a Champions League place or something. Maybe 4th, 5th, I don't know. Everton are pretty much safe yet again. I think they're up to they were around 13th or something, 14th, something like that. But I know they're obviously safe and sort of doing well again. Okay, Dyche has been a lot to do with that. He was very defensive, but I think with Moyes, they kind of have a bit more attack. slightly more, despite being a little bit more defensive again. But the attack is there as well. They got some threat going forward, Beto and all that, Decore and Jai, McNeil. You know, they've got some attacking players there still. But anyway, I'd had Warren back. He's back here now. So just really talking about this now, Warren, so we can move on, mate. And obviously, decent win for City, but I thought it'd be a little bit closer. I thought Everton would do a little bit better than they did. But what do you make of the game?
About the same as you, mate, to be honest. Moisey's done a good job since he's been there. Since I saw something the other day that said that since he's been there, back at Everton, they're the 6th best performing team in the league.
Yeah. It's not a surprise, really. It's not a surprise. I think Moyes always seems to have that touch, doesn't he? Magic touch of going to these teams and lifting them a bit more, you know.
A couple of years when he was at West Ham, he nearly got West Ham in the Champions League, didn't they?
Yeah. Well, they won Europe though. They won the was it Europa League anyway, or conference? I think. Conference. Yeah. So yeah, I think he does a good job, mate, and I think he was poorly treated, actually, unfairly treated, to be honest, by West Ham. I really do.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he was like, let's just say I don't think he was disappointed to leave West Ham. I think he thought his time there had sort of come to an end.
Yeah.
But
I thought he was unfairly treated, and I think he might do something better with Everton next season. I don't know. They might need to get more attacking players in, I would say. They need a little bit more attacking up front. But I think they're decent. I think they're good. They're decent going forward. I mean, the defensive nucleus is still there. Their defence is still there. So very good defence, really. Branthwaite and so forth at the back. All very good. Tarkowski's out now. As I said, I think he's sent off most of the time, though. You see what he done against Liverpool. It was fucking nutter.
I know. They have got a dark side to them, mate. And I have to say, I don't like it. I don't. I just think it's a bit fucking OTT sometimes. And, that incident with Tarkowski against Liverpool was fucking disgraceful, mate. And it's not the first time either that club I think, has gone out with the intention of purposely injuring the opposition players.
Yeah.
It needs to be fucking sorted out, because you can't be having teams going out onto a field of play with the intention of deliberately injuring people. It's just not on.
Yeah, that's true, mate. True. And I've got another guest to add, Dave, so I'm going to bring him on now. And that's Jordan. Be up to you, Jordan. How you doing, bro?
Oh, I'm good, man. I'm good. Big up, man.
Yeah. Bit of a struggle for you yesterday, though, with Liverpool, wasn't it? To be honest, beating Leicester.
Yeah.
But, you only just about beat him. Was it Trent, wasn't it? Got the winner. So.
Yeah, he made leaving, so.
Nasty from Ipswich on Saka. Yeah, it was, Mel. It was terrible. Definitely. Awful challenge, yeah. And, hi, Jordan, Mel saying.
Hey, Mel.
Yeah, you sound a bit fed up, mate. Is that because of the game yesterday or what, really? Jordan?
Trent.
Yeah. Are you sad that he's going, Trent, though? Do you want him to stay? Do you want him to stay, Jordan?
Yeah.
He's good. He's a good player, I think. I don't think he's great defensively, but I think he adds a lot more going forward. But, great range of passing. He does score great goals at times. But, you know, I think he'd be right for Real Madrid somehow. I think he'd be right for them, you know. But, you know, Liverpool going to lose a great player, of course. But there we go. At least you still got Salah and Van Dijk. They've stayed.
Yeah,
Happy about that?
I'm happy for that. I'm happy for that. But Trent is a problem right now.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah.
I'm
Well,
happy.
he's going.
Yeah. If you want to go, you can go. So yeah.
Yeah. You're disappointed with him though, going or. Do you think it's wrong? Has he turned his back? Do you think he's a traitor to Liverpool or not? Or
Trent grew up in Liverpool. He can never do that. But Jude wants him, so anything you want to do. So.
yeah. What about you, Warren? What do you make of that with Trent?
Well, I just think, like, you know, Real Madrid's Real Madrid, the biggest club in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? And like, as a player, if you got the chance to go there,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? You have to question someone's ambition if they decide not to go. Because the thing is, their fans are elite. Like, they just will not tolerate failure. So, you know, and it's the best club in the world, mate. Like, they're on a different level to everyone else. Do you know what I mean? And you have if you, as a player, if you have the opportunity to go and play there, then I think, you know, you'd have to be crazy not to take it. But I'm not 100%. I don't really understand why they've signed him, if I'm being honest.
Right, well, you don't think much of him then?
No, I don't think he's that great. I think it'd be better off playing him in right midfield.
Well, he's not a defender, is he? Let's be honest.
No, but Liverpool have been playing him in defence. And I just think I don't think he's a defender. For me, he's a midfielder.
Yeah, it's where he does his best work, I think, and passing it, spraying it about, getting goals as well, of course, at times, great goals. You know, he's been known to get the spectacular goals. I think, what was this one yesterday? Was it an easy one? I think it was. I think it went to VAR, wasn't it, as well? VAR had to intervene or something. Is that right? I didn't really see it properly.
No, I didn't really see it properly.
What happened with that Jordan, that goal? Did it go to VAR?
I didn't watch the game, so I don't know what happened.
Oh, right.
But to be honest, every decision on the field of play these days goes to VAR. Mate, it's a fucking joke. Like, it needs to be fucking scrapped. The pain it's like getting out of control.
Yeah, exactly. And the referees are leaving it to VAR. They're not making the proper decisions. They're leaving it to VAR.
Yeah, it's supposed to be there, right, for clear and obvious errors. And what's happening is that it's refereeing the whole game. But for me, I would have it if the referee was a bit unsure about what he wanted to do about something. He's like going his earpiece going, "Listen, I'm not sure about that, whether it's a penalty or not. What can you tell me what you think?" And then they'll say, "Go and look at the screen." And he'd go and look at the screen, and I ain't got a problem with that. What I've got a problem with is this automated fucking offside. I think that's the biggest waste of money and time ever. Like I keep saying, the offside rule needs to change. So there has to be clear daylight between the last defender and the attacker before it's deemed to be an offside. You wouldn't have to have drawn on lines. You wouldn't have to have VAR. Nothing, because it'd be obvious. And that's why we got linesmen and whatnot. to flag, like, put the flag up when it's offside. Do you know what I mean? And that would, like, there would be no argument, and it would make the games more exciting because there'd be more goals.
Well, some are actually saying, the fans are saying it's better with the semi-automated because it's a bit quicker.
I don't care if it's lightning speed, mate. It's fucking wrong.
Yeah,
Just let the people who are officiating the game officiate the game. That's what they're fucking there for. Things fucking broke, mate. This is why football is so shit. Like, it's no fucking entertainment. The entertainment value of it is fucking in the gutter.
And that offside,
I'm fucking sick of it, mate.
Slow,
backwards, sideways, fucking football, fucking taking half an hour to decide whether it's fucking a throw-in or not, fucking half an hour to decide whether someone's offside or not. Fucking hell, it's not American football. The fucking game goes on for about fucking 10 hours.
Yeah, man.
It's fucking out of order. Like, it really is, and like, it needs fucking scrapping, all of it. I'd fucking ditch a lot of it, mate, if it was down to me. Fucking the whole thing needs to go in the bin because it's fucking dog shit. It's not fit for the purpose.
That's true. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, people going on about fucking sin bins and whatnot. Like, it works in rugby because it's a completely different sport.
Yeah.
You can't fucking just pick up things, take them from one sport to the next without fucking thinking about it.
It won't work.
You know what I mean? It's fucking bullshit, man.
Exactly, mate. And, that offside rule I really fucking hate when they delay it. They have to do it because of VAR. You got VAR there in case it's the wrong decision.
Why do we fucking need it? Like, if you made it so it had to be clear daylight between the last defender and the striker for it to be offside, you wouldn't need fucking VAR because you'd be able to see clear as day whether the fucking player was offside or not. Why it is at the moment, someone could be offside because their fucking third fucking nostril hair was fucking in offside position. Fucking what sort of bullshit is that? It's fucking joke, mate. Honestly, it's just fucking ridiculous. I remember back in the 1978 World Cup, right? Brazil were playing Sweden, right? They were losing 1-0. Like, not almost the last minute of the game. There was a fucking corner and there was an English referee in the game. The ball come over. No, it was 1-1, right? The ball come over, like, from the corner, and fucking Zico headed the ball in, right? And the referee, I can't remember his name, but it's a really famous English referee from the late 70s. He disallowed it because he blew the whistle as the bloke headed it. Right? And these people were kicking off about it. Fuck knows what would have happened back then if they'd had all this VAR nonsense. They would have gone fucking mental.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it's right, it's fucking bollocks.
Yeah,
They're they're sucking out all the entertainment from it, Steve. That was the thing about going to football. Right? You're standing there and you're watching a game of football. When there's a goal, you go fucking mental.
You go nuts.
You can't do that anymore. You got to wait for fucking 5 minutes to decide whether or not it's a goal or not.
You're sort of like subdued, and then you wait, and you celebrated once already, and then you think it's a goal, and then they might rule it out for something. And you think,
it's fucking bollocks, mate. That's why I even if I was able to, I wouldn't go. I just wouldn't. I'm fucking not interested. Don't get me started about all this fucking Arteta nonsense either, because I'm fucking sick of that as well. Right? It's all fucking bullshit. All of it. VAR, fucking Arteta, the way that Arsenal Football Club's being run, it's a fucking disgrace, mate. And that's why I'm sick of it.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, mate, getting back to this, what do you make of this one? The 1-1 West Ham and Southampton. I mean, I think West Ham, I don't know what's going on with them. I mean, okay, they got Potter there now. You'd think they'd be doing better than this, wouldn't you? At Southampton.
Well, yeah, I mean, I was a bit surprised when I saw this because I thought this could be the game where Graham Potter would have started start turning things around, but they got a draw, and Southampton, you know, they were like one of the worst teams, if not the worst, in Premier League history, in my opinion. And it's still not. Maybe it's just that he's having trouble getting his ideas across.
Yeah.
I just don't understand it. I don't understand what's going wrong.
Yeah, well, they shouldn't be floundering down there, I don't think, where they are. I really don't think so. But they got better calibre of players than that. You know, the likes of Bowen and everything, and Fulkrug. And
If this continues next season, I'd be very concerned about them because I think they could fucking be in relegation trouble if this form continues into next season.
yeah, definitely. And I don't think they are that bad. West Ham.
No, I don't think they are.
So it's strange, really. I mean, you know, the ones I can see maybe struggling again are the likes of Wolves again, unfortunately, because I think they're obviously going to stay up. But I think they struggle again because they lose Cunha, especially. They're fucked, I think, you know. Definitely.
Well, if I was a Wolves fan, I'd be fucking delighted to see the back of him. I can't fucking stand the bloke.
Yeah, but yeah, he has done he scored a lot of great goals for them and that, and he done great stuff for them. I know
he's got a very suspect character, isn't he? I mean, all that business for whipping the glasses off that fella and whatnot. That's disgusting.
Terrible. Exactly. That is wrong. That is terrible. I don't condone anything like that at all. But, you know, he has got ability as well at the end of the day. But, I mean, you know, would they have enough without him, though? They've got lots of Strand Larson, Ait-Nouri. Who else have they got there? I'm trying to think of the other players. But they got a decent team, I guess. But they're not, I don't think they're that great. I'm not sure they'll stay up next season if they don't buy some players.
It depends who comes up, doesn't it, from the Championship? Because it looks like it's going to be Leeds and Sheffield United.
Well, Leeds won 6-0, didn't they, today?
Yeah. Burnley, I think they're winning at the moment.
Yeah, that game's online at the moment.
Yeah, so probably could be Leeds, Sheffield United and Leeds. And
Burnley playoffs, no, Sheffield
I wouldn't
United.
bet against Sheffield United going straight back down again, mate. It's just, I remember the last time they come up, they were fucking dog shit, weren't they?
Yeah, they were. They fucking were. I mean, they still beat us, of course. I don't know how. But they still fucking did. But you know, we might be after that McAtee who they had on loan. You know, remember McAtee? He's at Man City. Apparently, we could get him, possibly. I remember he's scoring against us at 1-0.
But, mate, he needs to fucking sign a goalkeeper, not a fucking goal scorer.
No. Well, exactly. Of course, that is true. We know that. We know that all day long.
But I'm telling you, mate, if he doesn't sign, he doesn't replace Flecken, serious questions need to be asked. And come the end of the summer transfer window, if there's not a new goalkeeper in situ, if I was a Brentford fan, mate, I'd be going absolutely ballistic.
Yeah, well, I probably will. No doubt I will, because I will get frustrated with it. I do. It does frustrate me.
Well, don't blame you, because, how many more fucking errors does this geezer need to make before the manager, sits there and thinks, actually, he's not the one?
I know. I know he done that. He done that the other day on Saturday when he done that kick out was shit. Little chip out.
You know, it was like fucking watching rugby union. Geezer just kicked it into touch.
Yeah.
I think he thought he was playing fucking rugby or something. Like, it was at the back of the scrum. The ball came out and they fucking launched a huge kick so they can kick for position. Like, it just outside the opposition 22 to get a line out so they can fucking try and, like, you know, bundle the ball over the goal line. Do you know what I mean? It was like, fucking hell. I just couldn't believe what I was seeing, mate. Then there was that incident in the game, well, two incidents in the game against Arsenal at home when he fucking, like, caused two Arsenal goals.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Then, like, that, what was that game, the other game recently? It's getting to the point now, Steve, where it's almost every fucking game.
Yeah, exactly. It is. It is, isn't it? And I don't want him there. I keep saying that. We you know that, and you don't want him to be here either. I don't blame you. I think it's terrible. How we signed him in the first place, I don't know how. Who scouted? Fucking scouting system is wrong. If they're going to get him.
I mean, it's a fucking miracle that you've done as well as you have this season, really. When you think about it, like, because, like, it's like you're doing it almost with one hand tied behind your back.
Yeah.
Well, because, like, I keep saying to you, like, having a dodgy goalkeeper is a fucking major problem because it causes so much fucking issues, right? Because, like, if you're a striker and you make a mistake, it's not going to cause a goal to be scored with you. But the further back down the team you go, the more likely it is that it's going to cause a problem.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? The likelihood that it's going to lead to an opposition goal gets higher the further back down the team you get. Do you know what I mean? So it's like starts off maybe at 10% with an attacker, 20% with a midfielder, 40% with a fucking defender, 80-90% with a goalkeeper. Fucking like, and he is constantly making mistakes, at least one a game, if not more. And not just little mistakes, they're absolute fucking howlers. Do you know what I mean? He did it yesterday in that game against Brighton. He nearly fucking threw that one away as well.
Yeah, Saturday, yeah. Yeah, he done that then, yeah. I know. I wasn't happy, mate. I just know, when he fucks up, it could cost us, It really
Do you
could.
know what I mean? I did find it quite alarming the other day when you told me that some of your fans actually rate him and think that he'd stay in the team.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I don't know why. I'm one of them that's against it. And there are quite a few others, actually, that are against him, don't want him there. There are. But unfortunately, it's the majority seem to want him. I don't know why. I don't know what they see in him. I really don't. What the fuck is it about this guy? That's what
it's probably Artetaism, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Is he a good-looking fella? I've never really seen what he looks like, but is he a good-looking fella?
I don't know, mate. I'm not like that. I'm sorry. I don't know.
No, but do you know what I mean? Like, Arteta deems being a good-looking fella, and there is a school of thought that says that's why he gets all the backing he does, because of his looks.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. If you're that way inclined, maybe you would find them attractive. I don't know. Or handsome, whatever you call it.
Because it would explain it. Do you know what I mean? Like, people going there to the games, like, just sitting there, just looking at him because they find him attractive. Do you know what I mean? There's like all sorts of weird and wonderful reason why these people back these people.
How wrong is that, Warren? That you find somebody great looking, and what's it got to do with it? What's it got to do with it?
It's got nothing to do with it, mate. And it's fucking wrong on a massive scale. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm convinced that that's 90% of what these fans at Arsenal are backing this manager for because they fucking fancy him.
So that
Because what else can it be? He's like, you know, he wasn't a great player. He was a fucking bang average player. He never had any fucking thing on his CV when he came in. So what is it about this fucking fella? Do you know what I mean? Why are people so fucking invested in him? I just don't understand it.
No, I don't get
It's
it.
mental.
It's gone fucking to pot, this game, isn't it? With the football now.
It has, mate. It's like, it's not the game that I grew up watching, that's for sure. It's more about fucking looks and fucking hairdos than anything else.
But so what? You know, you could be a great striker. So what if you're an ugly bastard? You could still be a great striker, didn't it? I mean, you had like the likes of fucking Ian Dowie and people like that. I mean, fucking hell.
I know. I fucking agree with you, mate. Do you know what I mean? Like fucking like some like, what was that geezer who played for Southampton? He had fucking really long hair and like,
oh god,
what was his name? And he like fucking scored this amazing goal once on the big match. He fucking lobbed it. He had his back to the goal. He fucking flicked it over his head, spun round and like fucking hit it on the volley before it went on the ground.
Oh, fuck knows, mate. I can't remember him, but
it's wild. Like, you know, Charlie George and fucking hell.
I mean, Tissier's another one like that, and he weren't great looking, was he? He weren't a handsome bloke, was he?
No, he's fucking beef all over the shop. Do you know what I mean?
He's fucking brilliant footballer, though.
Yeah. See, there's part of me that thinks it all started with Champagne Charlie Nicholas. Because, like, I've heard stories, like, when he was at Celtic, they had this fucking open day for all the fans, right?
Yeah.
And like they were just about to come out on the pitch. And some fella from the police, someone from the police walked down the tunnel into the Celtic dressing room and like said to Charlie, "You can't come out." He said, "What do you mean I can't come out?" He said, "You cannot come out." It's like fucking thousands of girls, screaming girls, like waiting for him to come out of the dressing room. They were struggling to contain him. Do you know what I mean?
He's probably like an early, you know, sort of thing about that. I mean, like McAvenny, I think, was another one, wasn't he?
Yeah, exactly. But they had this thing, and they wouldn't let him out onto the pitch because they were scared about his personal safety. Because there's all these birds out there. Like they were scared he was going to get fucking ripped to shreds.
I mean, you would have had that probably like Georgie Best and all that as well, wouldn't it?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Do you know what I mean? I just don't understand what people's fucking looks have got to do with whether or not, you know, they're a good football manager or a fucking good player. It's complete and utter bullshit.
Ability to back it up, though. All of them had the skill and ability. Great, handsome guys, right? But had the ability to fucking still be good enough to, you know, back it all up.
Well, I mean, look at Peter Beardsley. He's probably one of the best players ever to play the game.
Like fucking
Jesus Christ! Do you know what I mean? Like, God knows what some of these fans would think about him nowadays.
Yeah. I know he might look like Quasimodo, but he's fucking brilliant footballer, wasn't he? You know, but I mean, incredible, mate. You know,
he was class, mate. Fucking class player. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? But he weren't fucking blessed with good looks, was he?
No. But, you know, as you say, it doesn't fucking matter. What is it? It's like a fashion show now, though. You see these players sorting their hair out on the pitch. Do you see that?
Oh, it fucking drives me nuts. And all this hugging and kissing and fucking, like, before the game and fucking, no, man. It's just fucking all wrong. And, like, do you know what I mean? Like, fucking Declan Rice running around the Bernabeu fucking taking selfies.
Selfies and all that,
What the fuck's that all about? They just won a quarter final of a Champions League. Well, congratulations. Why are you running around fucking behaving like you've just fucking won the thing?
Yeah.
You say that sort of carry on after you won the fucking final, not a fucking quarter final.
Yeah, and I've got steps in here, and he'll remember this. I think it was last season, wasn't it, with Luton, when you came back to win 4-3. They were celebrating like they won a fucking trophy, Arsenal, didn't they?
Oh no, fucking that carry on. Like it wouldn't have fucking happened when David Dean was at Arsenal. I'm telling you, he wouldn't have fucking tolerated it. I saw this interview with him when he was on Talk Sport, and like they were asking him about Arteta's behaviour, right? And like he said, you know, David, what would you have thought about that? And he said, I would have had to have pulled into one side. Do you know what I mean? He said because he was going on about the game at Newcastle when he was going on about the goal that Newcastle scored, and he thought it had gone out of play before they crossed it into the box, and he was kicking off about this. And he said, well, to be honest with you, he said, they played 95 minutes and they never created one goal scoring opportunity. So I think it's a bit fucking disingenuous for him to be sitting there complaining about like that goal. He said, I would have had to have called him in and like told him to rein it in a bit.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And this is what I'm saying. Arsenal Football Club has changed beyond all recognition, because it would not have happened when David Dean was there. That's why I keep calling. I want him to come back, because I know if David Dean comes back to Arsenal within 3 years, they'll be winning trophies, because he will not tolerate fucking bullshit and that fucking behaviour. And another thing, the Anfield '89, when they won that game 2-0 at Anfield, right?
Yeah.
Before the game, the Arsenal players ran out on the pitch with flowers for the Liverpool fans. That would not happen these days. Under this current regime, it would not happen. Yeah. Do you know? And this is one of the things that Arsenal had a lot of respect for fucking doing stuff like that and doing things the right way.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And like fucking the Arsenal chairman giving the Liverpool chairman a fucking huge check to help with the Hillsborough disaster. Do you know? And see, that wouldn't happen now. Like when we lost at Man City in this season, when it was a 2-2 draw or something, the fucking Arsenal chief exec fucking storming out of the fucking ground because he was unhappy with the result. David Dean wouldn't do that. No, that's not the Arsenal way. You have to fucking, you know, shake the opposition's hand and behave with a fucking bit of decorum. You know, the manager's standing on the touchline with a fucking suit on.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's just for little things like this is what I'm talking about, Steve. The fucking badge, the ground, the fucking lack of respect for officials, the lack of fucking respect for the opposition, like the lack of fucking decent fucking natural, you know, behaviour, and like fucking chief execs storming out of the ground because they're not happy with the result. No, that is not the way we do things. Do you know what I mean? It's like, this is why I'm fucking sick of it, and that is why I refuse to back this bullshit. It's not just about Arteta. The whole fucking club, right? They put up a fucking banner about Liam Brady. In my opinion, Arsenal's greatest ever player, right? And they put on the banner Liam Brady, English. Fucking the disrespect. Whoever fucking authorised that banner to go up outside the ground should have been fucking sacked on the spot, because it is not acceptable. You do not disrespect your greatest ever player like that. I'm fucking sick of this bullshit, mate. It's non-stop. They're fucking ripping the fucking soul out of the club.
Yeah, I agree.
Do you know what I mean? It's fucking. I'm sorry, mate. I'm gone off on a massive rant now. I'm sorry, but can't carry on talking. That game, that Villa Newcastle game, fucking hell! What performance from Villa.
Yeah, superb. Yeah, I thought Newcastle would win this all day long. I predicted them to win this. I think 3-1 or something. And I thought Villa would be so fucked from what they done last week in Europe, almost coming back to win and get through. Well, they did win, but they didn't get through. But I thought, they're going to be fucked, Villa, and Newcastle are going to, so confident. 5-0 the other day in that game. And I thought, Newcastle are so confident and full of it now. They're whitewashed. They roll over Villa. But it didn't happen. And Villa were great. I thought amazing. And Watkins got man of the match. The player you could have had, Arsenal. Really, you were after, apparently. Allegedly. You could have bought him. And why the fuck you didn't? You're supposed to be linked with all these strikers, and you never get them.
No, well, I've heard different stories about what happened with the fella from Villa. Oh God, what's his name? The striker, the one that was at Brentford.
Watkins, yeah.
Yeah, I've heard stories about what happened there, and I've heard it was down to Arteta. He pulled the plug on it. I'm telling you, he does not want a striker at the club. He wants to play with a fucking false nine.
Yeah. I know.
I'm fucking convinced of it because he tried it on when he first got here and it didn't work. And I still think he thinks that's the way to go forward.
Yeah. It's not. It really is. He's a fucking fraud, mate. A fucking clown. He's got to go. Let's be honest, that guy.
Well, I think so. And I've been saying it since the fucking day he got appointed. I didn't want him from the get-go, mate, and I've not changed my mind one bit since then. There was a spell of, I think, 2 days when I was thinking, yeah, maybe he can do the job, but no. He's fucking useless, mate. I just don't rate him. I do not fucking rate him. I think, you look at it, right? He spent the best part of £800 million in the transfer market, right? Yeah. And surely with that amount of money, you can fucking get a team to fucking challenge.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? What that fucking 4-0 whacking they gave to Ipswich, that should be happening every single fucking week.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But it's not. We're fucking hanging on like fucking, drawing at home against teams where you should be whacking out of sight. It's just fucking shit. The football's boring, slow, backwards, sideways. And people are fucking lapping it up, and they're lapping it up because it's him. Because of him. I just don't fucking get it, mate. It's all bullshit.
It is, definitely.
I don't want anything to do with it.
Yeah, I get you, mate. I understand. Definitely understand. But before we go back to these other reactions, we've got to do this because it's going to start soon. Spurs and Forest, the prediction for this. What do you think is going to happen here? I think Forest coming back with a win. I don't think Spurs are good. I don't.
2-0.
Lucky Spurs the other day in Europe, I thought. Really lucky. I think Forest are bound to cut the start. Should come back now with a win and focus on the Premier again because they're not, are they? They're focusing on the FA Cup and they're slacking. They're falling off. And I think they're going to beat Spurs though. I don't rate Spurs at all. How we lost to them, I don't fucking know. I really don't get it. And they're the head-to-heads there, you see that Forest, well, they've lost 2 as well as Spurs have. They both lost 2. Looking at that. So, it's pretty similar. They're almost level head-to-head, I'd say.
See, the thing is, Do you think that Chris Wood is properly fit?
I don't think he is. No, I don't, Warren.
Because if you believe what we've been told, that I'm surprised that he's back already. That so-called injury that he got playing for New Zealand.
Yeah.
But maybe he is. I don't know. But
no.
You know, I'm just like a bit surprised that he's back so quickly.
Yeah, well, I rate the guy. I would take him at the Bees all day long. Every day I would take that guy he's a good goal scorer. He knows where the goal is. You know, he knows. He's not the quickest in the world, but he fucking knows where the goal is.
But I keep saying to you, Steve, I don't think goal scoring is the Bees' problem. I think it's the other end.
Well, no, I agree as well. But unfortunately, we don't seem to be focusing on that for some reason. But yeah, with this one, I think Forest are going to win. I put on my prediction thing last week. I put 3-1. I think I put 3-1 or 2-1. Sorry, 2-1 Forest. I said. I'm going to stick with that. I think 2-1.
I could see Spurs getting a draw out of it, but I don't think they're going to win. I think the most likely outcome is that Forest will win it. And if they do, I think they'll win it 2-0. But I could see a scenario where Tottenham get a draw. But I think it's unlikely. That's why I'm going for a 2-0 win.
Yeah, this was our predictions last week, that show I done last week, the stream. And I done 2-1 Forest, and Gershan put 3-1 Forest as well. Yeah, yeah. That's why I'm sticking with 2-1. I think they're definitely going to win for us because you just know what you'll get with Spurs. And I think they were so fucking lucky to get through in that European game last week. I really do. Frankfurt had so many fucking chances. They could have won the game, you know.
Who have they got in the semi-final? Is it United? Or are they playing that Bodo Glimt?
I think they're playing Bodo Glimt, aren't they? I think
yes,
so.
The thing is, their coach, he's a top coach, that Bodo Glimt coach. So I think they might have trouble with that. I fucking hope they do.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to have success and you don't, innit?
That would be the fucking ultimate insult, mate, to be honest.
Exactly. And, you know, and everyone's saying, there's loads of you saying, Arsenal win the Champions League now. We're going to go and do it. We beat PSG. Get through, get to the final.
So I heard someone, that Arsenal fan, ringing up 606, right, and he was having an argument with Chris Sutton, and Chris Sutton was like talking a lot of sense and going on about this and that, and this fella was going on about how unlucky they've been and how great Arteta was and all this bullshit, and I was fucking screaming at the radio. It was just fucking ridiculous, the shit this fella was coming out with. And like Chris Sutton kept trying to fucking unhinge the geezer, and like he does, and talk some sense. This fucking geezer, all he kept saying was, yeah, but we beat Real Madrid. We beat Real Madrid. That is going to be the fucking narrative now. Anyone, to any time, if Arsenal go out the Champions League and they don't win another trophy, which is highly likely, if anyone fucking gets stuck into Arteta now, these people, all are going to say is, yeah, but he beat Real Madrid. Right? So what the fuck's that got to do with anything? Geezer has not won a trophy since they won the FA Cup.
Real was
5 years ago. And he spent £800 million in the transfer market. Jesus Christ. How much more fucking money does this geezer need to spend before they start winning trophies?
Fucking terrible, isn't it? It really
it's shocking, mate. It's nearly £1 billion. £1 billion. It's like not fucking. It's not a little bit of money.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's not. It's fucking huge. There's countries with in the world have got fucking smaller GDPs than that.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, anyway, mate, going back to this, these are the teams. I'm still going for Forest to win 2-1 here. I'm still going with that. Looking at these teams here. Woody's playing, by the way. So,
Sorry?
Woody's playing for Forest tonight.
You see? Oh yeah. I can see that.
Alanga, they got pace up there. Alanga's quick. Gibbs White, I rate him as well. I think he's great. Gibbs White. There's got a lot of good players, I think, Forest. But then again, you know, you see what Spurs have got. You've got lots of Kulusevski, who's the rest? Who's the rest? Benson, Richarlison. Do you rate him? I don't rate Richarlison.
Is Madison playing?
No, he's not. I think he's on the bench.
The fellow who was at Brighton, is he playing?
Bazuma?
Yeah.
No, he's on the bench as well. Johnson on the bench. I think it's good. Rate him. Fucking stole him away from us, bastards. We was going to get him, Brennan Johnson, but he went to them. And look where you are. You're below us, so fuck off. You're below us. Yes. Anyway, sorry, Warren. I just went off on one there. He's pretty good. They're all on the bench though. Solanke on the bench. You know, for me, I'm still going Forest here, mate, all day long.
I think the most likely outcome is going to be a Forest victory. But like I said, there's part of me that thinks it could be a draw, but I think it's unlikely. I think the most likely outcome is that Spurs will win 2-0.
Yeah. I'm still going 2-1 Forest, so that's for me, and I think it's already kicked off, but we'll keep up to date with that before we go. But obviously we're going to get back to the reactions for the matches on the weekend and everything. So where were we at? We was at Villa, weren't we? Them winning 1. So I'll just get back to this, and I had to jump onto this one because obviously the game's starting, so I had to go to this one. But yeah, hold on a minute. I've got to try and get back to that fucking page now. Where the fuck was it? Hold on a minute. Sorry, Warren. I'll get there.
No, you're all right.
And come on. Here we go. Right. So we've done. Oh yeah, Fulham and Chelsea. We're on to that now. Actually, what do you make of that one, mate? 2-1 Chelsea.
Well, I don't like Chelsea. That's the first thing to say. It's a big London derby. I know that. So, you know, I think I don't understand why Fulham didn't. I don't know if he's injured or what, but I don't understand why ESR wasn't playing. But, you know, Chelsea did well to get the win, I suppose. But, yeah, I was a bit disappointed, to be honest, because I thought Fulham might turn them over. But, again, you've got another team there that's hit a bit of a rocky patch of late after putting in some really good performances. And I do rate their manager. I think he's decent. But, you know, and Chelsea are another one. Like, they spent all that fucking money and it's just not clicking, is it?
It's not. I mean, okay, yeah, they've done all right in Europe as well. They got through there, but I don't think they've been that great. I ain't seen nothing special about them, you know. I mean, they when they played us, it was 0-0. I think both teams weren't great. We weren't brilliant either. But, you know, I thought Chelsea were pretty poor for all that millions they got, all them players.
Well, you know, when you look at that, you know, those two players they got in the defensive part of the midfield, right? Fernandes and Caicedo, they're two of the best midfielders in the world.
Yeah.
So I just don't get it. I don't understand. And,
Why are they
you
struggling?
know, I know the manager's only been there this season and, he's had a couple of jobs under his belt now, so, but I just don't understand why it's not, why it's not going better for them than what it has been. But I don't know, mate. I don't know what to make of it, really.
Well, Palmer looks like he's gone, isn't it? His form was brilliant, Carlton Palmer, sorry. No, we forget about him. He weren't fucking brilliant, was he? Let's be honest, played for England. But we won't go back to him. Cole Palmer.
Well, and so he should, Steve. This is where I agree with you about that England national team. I don't understand this fucking business of playing these friendlies and then just fucking playing the same old fucking tied formations and players. Do you know what I mean? Bring in some fresh blood and just see what they can do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, all this nonsense of people going on about the manager, saying, "Well, give him a chance. Let's see what he can do." Well, if he ain't gonna fucking change anything, what's the point? It's fucking might as well just kept the fucking waistcoat kid in situ because it's just fucking same bullshit as it was before.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, they won and they're still up there. I think they're about, is it 6th or 5th? I think Chelsea, something like that.
Yeah,
they're still there, but I don't know why. I think they're in a false position myself. I was disappointed with Fulham as well. I thought they were a lot better than this, to be honest.
the thing is, for me, if you were to play them at the minute, if Brentford were to play Chelsea at the moment, I'd fully expect you to beat them.
Yeah. I thought we were poor against them at home though. We went 0-0. That wasn't great at all, and I thought we would beat them. I thought we'd be better than that. I really did, but somehow we just didn't get going. We didn't get anything going in that. It was poor. But I think Chelsea are not great. I'll be amazed if they did win European. What they in the conference? I think, yeah, Europa Conference. I'll be amazed if they win that, but you never know. I suppose the opposition ain't great in that, maybe. So you never know.
Let's be honest, really, they should win it, shouldn't they? But
probably.
No, with them, you just never know what's going to fucking happen.
Do they deserve to? Is the question. But
well, yeah, that's another thing. Do they deserve to?
No, really. But anyway, we move on to your game, Warren. If you want to talk about it,
I thought, yeah, just briefly because I've talked a lot about Arsenal in this show tonight.
What do you make of? At least it's a good win, I suppose, 4-0. But
well, it is a good win for them, but I was quite alarmed by a couple of things in this game. The tackle on Saka, for one.
Horrible, terrible.
Yeah, that was absolutely fucking disgusting.
Mm.
And then Arteta's comments afterwards about, it's one of our best performances of the season.
Oh,
really?
You got to say this one's got to be the best. Yeah? How can you say this one? You beat Real twice, and you want to go on about this one?
Well, he said it was better than the performance against Real, and I was just thinking, mate, you fucking that just fucking sums him up.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? He's trying to ride the crest of the wave that was created by that Real Madrid victory.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because I'll be honest with you, Steve, they have been fucking dog shit all season. How they're sitting second in the league, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Because they've been shit. They're it's boring. The football's boring. They look like They look like they're going to struggle to score goals. Like, let's not forget that team they were playing against. Well, Ipswich. They were in fucking League One 2 years ago.
Yeah. This has come too soon for them, let's be honest, Premiership.
Yeah, I think so, mate. I think they come up too far too soon. They should have stayed in the Championship for another season and then consolidating themselves and give themselves a chance to, build up the squad and whatnot.
I rate McKenna as a manager as well. I rate him, that McKenna. I rate that McKenna as a manager. I think he's really good. A really good manager.
Yeah.
But, it's too soon for him. It was too soon. And but as you say, it's a winning.
Fucking cunt's face off the screen, mate, please.
Yeah, sorry, mate. Yeah, sorry about that. Well, get that fucking wig off, you cunt. Yeah, on that screen. But anyway, this is a proper manager. Look, I think he's a good manager, this guy. I really do.
I rate him as well, but fortunately, his career could take a major downturn if they get relegated, which they look likely that they're going to, and I think it'd be quite sad because I don't think any manager in the world could have done much better than what he's done with that club.
No, but that's an achievement for him. Getting into the Premier was brilliant for them. I get it was too soon, mate. It's just too soon, and he needed another season, as you said. He probably needed another season in the Championship at least, I think. But I think a lot of teams would like him as a manager. I mean, say if Thomas Frank did happen to leave, we would probably have him as a manager. He's pretty good. I rate him. So, yeah. Well, what about you? Would you have him? No, Arsenal wouldn't get him, though, would they?
The one I want managing Arsenal is Carlo Ancelotti.
Don, yeah. You want the Don, yeah.
Yeah. He's just a fucking serial winner.
Not this season.
Either that or fucking the geezer from Atletico Madrid. Simeone. Because I know that he ain't taking any bullshit off anyone. Anyone who fucking starts giving him bullshit, he'll just fucking pin them up against the wall by the fucking throat.
He's a right tough fucker, isn't he? Right tough fucker,
Huh?
He's a right tough fucker, isn't he? That's Simeone.
Well, he is, and not only that, he ain't going to take bullshit. That's the thing. That's what I like about it, because I know that he'll fucking majorly kick off if he got appointed as Arsenal manager. He'd have fucking Josh pinned up against the fucking wall and fucking feet dangling. Because these fucking arseholes that are running this club need a major fucking kicking, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely, mate. But yeah, it was a shame. It's terrible about Saka. Do you think he's going to be out for the season now? They're on about he could be, but
no, because he didn't fucking go off, did he? He carried on, so the injury can't have been really bad. Otherwise, he would have had to. He would have been carried off on a stretcher, but he wasn't. So he must be all right.
Yeah. It didn't look good though. It looks a bad tackle.
Well, it's fucking horrific challenge. It could have been another Eduardo style injury.
Well, that was terrible. That was sickening. When I remember that one.
Oh, it was fucking that was one of the major reasons Arsenal didn't win the title that year.
Yeah, that guy was a player when he was a baller. He was Eduardo.
Yeah, he was. He was decent.
He got loads of goals. Proper goal scorer. He was. And, Arsenal haven't had that for a while. Probably since Henry and whatever. Bergkamp.
Exactly. Exactly.
So they don't want to buy a striker. That fucking prick don't want to buy one.
No, because he wants to play with a false nine, I think.
Yeah.
But so let's move on, Steve. What's the next one?
Man United and Wolves. Well, let's cheer Wolves for beating Man United. Yes, come on. 1-0. And they're still below us, United. Oh, dear. Goodbye. Goodbye, United.
Yeah, exactly. It was fucking, what can you say about it? Fucking hell. They just go from bad to worse, don't they?
Serves them right for getting too big-headed the other day when they come back and beat Leon, wouldn't it? That 7-6. Fucking serves them right. Takes them down, as far as I'm concerned.
I can't stand them, mate. I'm sorry. I just fucking, all that fucking carry on with them that we used to have with them, all them fucking, they trying to kick us up in the air, and that game when if we'd won it would have gone 50 games unbeaten. Was a fucking disgrace. They should have they should have had at least 4 players sent off.
Yeah.
It was a fucking disgusting performance. Absolutely disgusting. How they were allowed to get away with that, I just do not know.
Yeah.
It was fucking outrageous.
Yeah, did anyone sent off at all? Did Keane get sent off or anything?
No, I don't think Keane was playing for some reason.
Oh, right.
No, but Gary Neville, Phil Neville, I can name the ones who should have been sent off. Gary Neville, Phil Neville, Rio Ferdinand, and Ruud van Nistelrooy. And there's also a fucking question mark about Wayne Rooney and the fucking dive that he did to win that penalty. Because he did fucking dive. If you look at the footage, fucking Campbell never fucking touched him. He just fucking went down, and the referee was fucking little rat. He had no fucking backbone, and he just fucking pointed to the spot. It's a fucking joke.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, it was bad even then. I suppose if they had VAR, I think things might have been different. They wouldn't have got away with it, maybe, them tackles and that. But
yeah, I don't know, mate. You fucking Ferguson, his fucking tentacles went far right. I can't stand that fucking cunt. I really can't.
He's a successful manager, great manager, but he's a wanker.
He was the same in Scotland, Steve. Right, Aberdeen, when he was managing Aberdeen, every week they'd go out and try and kick the opposition off the park. Yeah. All the fucking trophies that man has won, 95% of them he's won by fucking cheating. I'm telling you, fucking, I don't care what anyone says. They won them by fucking cheating, and it's because of him. That fucking man, he's a fucking scum. I fucking hate him. I'd fucking strip him of that knighthood. Fucking rewarding fucking cheating. That's all it is. I'm sorry, the way he used to intimidate referees all the time. Fucking fair play to Alan Green for fucking calling it out on national radio. Right? Alan Green got fucking banned from Old Trafford because of the stuff he used to say about Ferguson. And he was fucking right. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It's a fucking disgrace what that man used to get away with. Do you know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. 95% of the fucking trophies United won, they won them by fucking cheating.
Yeah.
I fucking can't stand them. I hope they get fucking down. In fact, I just hope they get fucking liquidated.
So do I. By the way, I've got half my...
2-0 down already.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, look at that. That's fucking music to my ears, mate.
That's half my prediction, Warren. I got that. I said 2-1, didn't I? So
yeah, exactly.
I told you, didn't I? And Anderson Wood scored. So,
yeah, Wood scored. Fair play to him.
Yeah. Yeah, we'd have him all day long at the Bees, mate. Definitely. Wood, I tell you. I don't care about age. Age don't matter. If you're still good enough, if you're still scoring, who cares?
Right. So let's say you signed him, right? Who are
Yeah.
you replacing him with? Who's
Ah,
going out the team?
I don't know, man. The thing is, he may be slightly back up. I would have him maybe as backup, maybe to Visser or something, you know.
Or would you play the three of them up front together and play maybe Wisser slightly withdrawn from the two of them?
Well, you definitely could. I think there's a lot to be said. I know he's not that quick, Wood, but he does know where the goal is, and that's what's important to me is for a striker.
Mm.
And
So you could play in Bremo and Wood up front together and then play Wisser just behind the two of them.
yeah, big up Rich there, by the way. Yeah, you could. I think I like
He's
that one.
obviously been listening to what I was saying about Ferguson. He's
Yeah.
fucking, he's
Yeah,
probably upset.
yeah. What does Rich think of it? What do you think? Did you hear any of that, Rich? About all that?
But
He
I
probably,
stand by what I said. That fucking just watch that fucking game. It sums his tactics up in a nutshell. No one's going to tell me that he didn't send them out onto that pitch to kick Arsenal up in the air. I'm fucking convinced of it. Like
yeah,
every time the Arsenal got near the United goal, there was a fucking we got kicked up in the air. It was fucking disgusting.
definitely. Yeah. Anyway, what we're going back to this again, mate. I think we'd get over that. Finish with that. We've exhausted that. Anyway, I think this was a good win for Wolves, and they're safe, aren't they? So who gives a shit about United? And sorry, Rich, but that's what I'm going to say. But I apologise, mate. But anyway, if you do agree with what said, let us know about that match all that time ago. What you think about it? And you'll probably say, oh yeah, we won trophies, so who gives a shit? We won all them trophies.
Yeah, but you know, you
Mm,
don't win him by fucking cheating. Otherwise, what's the point? Must well fucking pack up and go home if you're not going to play by the rules.
yeah, yeah, and this is the one I'm going to talk about. I was going to obviously got the banner up there. I'm going to bring that up. Leicester 0, Liverpool 1. I think they struggled. Really struggled to score here, Liverpool. I don't know why against a team like that.
I think I know why, mate.
Why is that?
Leicester had to win this game to fucking stay in the Premier League. So, they're probably fucking playing beyond and above what they would normally. And I can see why it happened because they would have been hyper motivated and whatnot to win this game. So it doesn't surprise me in the slightest that Liverpool didn't steamroller them because if this had been played in the middle of the season, I reckon Liverpool would have won this 3-4-0 at least.
Yeah.
But because it's Leicester, it was do or die day for them. If they didn't win, they were going to be down.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. As I said, we had the Liverpool fan on earlier. He didn't sound that happy, to be honest. I thought you still won the game, and you're going to win the Premiership. So
yeah, I didn't understand that. I thought it was a bit weird, to be honest.
No, Jordan, he's usually more talkative than that. So I don't know. But anyway, I think obviously whatever happens, they won
Jesus Christ.
Arnold, and now obviously Leicester are down, and that's obviously was something else I was going to talk about now. What do you make of them? Do you think there's going to be a big rebuild for them next season? Oh, he's gone. Right. Anyway, let's get to this. Actually, sorry, this one. This is Obviously, Jamie Vardy apologises for embarrassing Leicester season. And as I put there on the banner, Leicester 0, Liverpool 1. Reaction, Liverpool struggle, but get second half winner from Trent. And close to being crowned Premier champions. Leicester relegated, what next for them and Van Nistelrooy? And anyway, this is obviously what Vardy's obviously been apologising for their miserable season, he's saying, and total embarrassment, which you have to agree with pretty much after the relegation from the Premier League. Leicester's 1-0 defeat by Liverpool on Sunday confirmed an immediate return to the Championship, meaning they have been relegated from the top flight in 2 of the past 3 seasons. No words I have can ever express my feelings of anger and sadness with the way this season has gone. There are no excuses, Vardy wrote on social media. Having been at this club for so long, we've experienced so many highs and successes. And this season has been nothing but miserable, and for me personally, a total embarrassment. It hurts, and I know you're feeling it too. To the fans, I'm sorry we haven't performed. Striker Vardy was part of the Leicester side that won the Premier League title in 2015-16, before reaching the Champions League quarter-finals in 2016-17 and winning the FA Cup and Community Shield in 2021. Leicester are 19th in the Premier League table, having won just 18 points from 33 games. Their fortunes did not improve after appointing Ruud van Nistelrooy as manager in November, and the Foxes are now unable to match the 34-point tally that saw them relegated 2 years ago. Vardy has made 496 appearances for Leicester since joining the club from Fleetwood Town in 2012. He scored 18 goals as Leicester won the Championship last season, but this term he has managed just 7 in the league. And so there we go. And obviously, Warren's back, so I'll bring him back on. What did you make of that? Well, I just read there the article about Vardy.
Yeah. I think it's right. I think Leicester are in need of a rebuild. Again, they're another one that's lost a few players since they won the league, haven't they? I mean,
yeah.
And there's a lot of them. It was an aging squad as well. So it's not really a surprise that they've gone down, in my opinion. But it just shows, Steve, the gulf between the Championship and the Premier League, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like all 3 clubs that came up last season are going straight back down again. It tells its own story, doesn't it?
Big gulf there, isn't there? Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah. It was bad, and I think it's a shame though. They seem a million miles away from the team that won the Premier all those few years back. Leicester now, and you think when they had the likes of Ranieri there, what a manager he was. Ranieri, he was superb. Fantastic there. And they had the big players still. They had some really good players. I think obviously you had the likes of Harvey Barnes, of course, Vardy, of course, and a lot of good players. I think Albrighton, I think, was there. Morgan.
Mahrez.
Who?
Mahrez.
Oh, yeah. What a player he was.
I still don't understand why Pep let him leave City.
Why didn't Arsenal get him for, as well?
Well, he wanted to come, didn't he, if you believe what you hear. But I don't understand why Pep let him leave, because he was on fire at City.
He was a baller, he was. Brilliant. What a player. But yeah, they seem a shadow of that Leicester, and obviously have gone down. Probably not as bad as Southampton. Well, they need to go a long way to be as bad as that, I think. But but they're not. They still didn't do great, did they? Let's be honest, Leicester.
No.
So, do you think Van Nistelrooy has anything to blame with that, or do you think it wouldn't have mattered if he was there or not? Any other manager would have done anything?
I don't know why they got rid of the previous manager, if I'm being honest.
Cooper, wasn't it? Was it Cooper? I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, well, it was Maresca, wasn't it? Was it Maresca?
No, that's true. No, I was getting confused. So, yeah, I don't know, mate.
I think it was Maresca, I think.
Probably the guy ain't got enough experience. They should have gone and got someone who's used to getting teams out of relegation trouble, really.
Yeah.
I just don't think Van Nistelrooy has had enough experience.
Yeah, Daesh, couldn't they? Could have got Daesh.
Yeah, with Daesh, we'll try to get Big Sam to come out of retirement. You know what I mean? But
yeah. Oh, Big Sam, yeah. Works a miracle. But, yeah.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, they didn't have it. What do you think was their main issues there? Do you think it was their defence, their attack, or?
I ain't got a clue. I just think that there's clearly a fucking gulf between the Premier League and the Championship, because 3 clubs who came up last season are going straight back down again.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
do you know what I mean? And I've got no doubt in my mind it's going to happen again next season as well.
It's possible, but then again, I don't know. Do you think Leeds may strengthen? They may get better than they were.
Well, they might try, but I just don't think. Do you know what I mean? It's like, how much money have they got?
Yeah, they must have a bit. I thought they were quite
They
rich.
are, they are a big club, Steve, but when are they good enough to, like, with that squad of players they've got at the moment? Are they good enough to get a foothold in the Premier League and stay in it? If you look at the teams that are near the bottom in the Premier League this season, over the course of the season, do you think the Leeds are better than what's there? Because I'm not convinced that they are.
No, maybe not. I don't know.
It's difficult to say though, because there clearly is a gulf between the 2 divisions.
Yeah, there is. What do you think they can do though to come back? Could they come back up, Leicester, next season? Do you think?
Yeah, probably. Probably, because they've got good players. They clearly got good players, but Vardy's getting on now. He was a good goal scorer back in the day, but he can't keep going on forever. Do you know what I mean? At some point soon he's going to hang his boots up, isn't
he? Yeah. I reckon he will. Yeah. But I think he's got still. I think they relied on his goals again too much as well, which wasn't good. And you needed another better striker, a proper striker up there. And I don't think they had it somehow. They didn't have anyone else to get these goals, important goals. So I'm not sure their defence was watertight either, to be honest. So. They've got a lot to do next season to really get back to what they were, and to challenge and come back up again and be better. I
think next season Sunderland might be. If they don't come up in the playoffs, I think Sunderland could be a big.
They struggled though. They lost today, didn't they? I think so.
Yeah, I know, but I think post once the close season happens, they go and strengthen the squad.
Yeah.
Thing is, Sunderland's a massive football club, mate. Do you know what I mean? And they're a sleeping giant, and it wouldn't surprise me to see them making an even bigger push to get promoted next season as what they've done this year. And if they get their act together, they could really be a big problem in that Championship.
Yeah, definitely. But I think Burnley as well. I think they could be better coming up this time than they were the last time.
Yeah, well, I think it will. I'm not convinced about Sheffield United, mate. I'm not. And I think Burnley could pip them to the second promotion spot. I think, Leeds are going to win it. And it's between Burnley and Sheffield United. Maybe both of them will come up, but I just don't think that these clubs are equipped to survive in the Premier League, mate.
No, I don't either. I don't, but I think Burnley are better equipped this time than they were because Company, what he done, they played the same way and they were found out, weren't they? When they come up to the Premier. So I think this time they got a better, more solid defence. Good goalkeeper. Don't forget Trafford, keeper. I hope he plays for England. I want him for England, Trafford. I think he's solid. A good keeper. He's Trafford. So I think they might do a bit better, Burnley, this time out. Leeds, maybe. I don't know. But as you say, maybe Sunderland, if they come up, could do well. There's so many other teams in the playoffs at the moment. There's still other teams that can get in the playoffs. Still.
I mean, the thing is, it is an exciting league, but, there clearly is a gulf between the two leagues, and it's about what can they do to bridge that gulf.
Yeah. Well, I think you got to spend, didn't you? Although the thing is, when Forest come up, they bought all those players, didn't they? And it didn't really work out, did it? They were still struggling down there, weren't they, with Cooper and that? And they bought loads of players in, didn't they? They bought a whole new team, Forest. And they still struggled, didn't they?
I know.
Yeah, but you got to find a way, haven't you? We found a way when we came up. We found a way of playing in the Premier. And it's helped us, hasn't it? It's worked well for us overall.
I mean, the thing is that first season you come up, you need to fucking scrap like hell every single game to pick up the points that you're going to need. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. The first season is a tough one, and you have to scrap it out, as you say. After that, it should get a little bit easier. You should be able to get players in, play a certain way, have a strategy of playing, and other things. I say we've done it. We're the perfect model for that. The Bees, we sorted it out when we came up, and we done teams. We frightened teams when we came up as well. We beat the big teams. We beat yourselves, United. Even Liverpool we beat as well once, and we beat Spurs.
The thing is, when you came up, you was a handful.
Yeah. Well, we had Tony as well, didn't we?
Well, you had Tony, and he had Tony when he was on fire. And playing well. When he left, in the end, he just looked disinterested.
Yeah, well, I didn't give a shit anyway. I hated him in the end. What he done to us, I didn't give a fuck about him going, to be honest. And we've done better without him. I think we're not a one-man team. It just showed that at the end of the day. So, and I don't. Our defence isn't as good as it was when we came up. I don't think it's as solid as it was. It's still good. It's decent. We don't concede loads of goals most of the time, but I don't think it is as good. But, I'm sure we'll sort that out. I still think we need the proper keeper. We really do.
Definitely need a proper keeper, mate. For me, that's got to be the number one priority. And like I said, if he doesn't sign a keeper during the summer, you've got to start asking questions.
Oh, yeah.
Serious questions, because the guy's just not good enough, mate. If I wouldn't give him a game in League One. I really wouldn't. I'm serious, Steve. I don't think he's good enough for the Championship, and I think he would struggle to get in a game in a League One side.
Exactly. I agree, mate, for sure. But enough about him. I've had enough fucking talking about that cunt, to be honest. I want to go on and talk about this now. The race for the Golden Boot, mate. And as you see there, Mohamed Salah, 27, Erling Haaland and Alexander Isak, both 21. Chris Wood, now 19, actually, after tonight. 19, he scored now. And then Brian Bramo, with 18 there in the list. Vissa, 16. Ollie Watkins, 15. Cunha and Palmer, both with 14. Mateta, look at him how he's done 13 for Palace.
Right, stop. Don't you think this is like really disturbing? Like, there's players on that short list. Right, there's a couple there have got 13 goals, couple 14.
Yeah.
And they're being listed in as players that could be winning the Golden Boot. Like, a few years ago, you'd have to score like 30 goals plus to be like fucking in for a shout of winning the Golden Boot. There's players there with 13, 1-3. Mate, it's fucking shit.
Yeah.
But it is. It's fucking ridiculous. How can someone with 13 goals be in the running to win a Golden Boot? That just shows you the fucking standards are fucking through the floor. Do you know, Salah, how many's he got? 27?
27, yeah.
He's gonna stroll it, mate. He could fucking not play for the rest of the season and still win it.
Yeah.
That's fucking shocking. Like the nearest, can you like show? Yeah, he's got 27. The next nearest to him is 21, which is Erling Haaland and Isaac. They'd have to fucking go on a mad goal scoring run between now and the end of the season to even get level with him. Mate, no, I'm fucking not impressed with this at all. It just proves to me it's another reason why I think the standard of football has fucking gone through the floor. It's not, the level is not what it was years ago, mate. It really isn't.
No way. Do you think this has been the worst season for it as well? The Premier
It's
League?
getting worse, season in, season out. Like, it's just getting worse and worse and worse. I don't know whether it's something to do with the way all these teams are fucking playing this boring, negative, slow football that they all like to play, this fucking playing it out from the back, fucking slow possession-based football. It's fucking bollocks, mate. It's boring. It's fucking boring. It really is. I don't even really like watching it anymore, Steve. I don't get any excitement out of it or enjoyment out of it. I enjoyed the game the other night because they fucking really went for Newcastle.
Some of the European games, the United game was actually quite exciting in the end. I thought that was brilliant. But, there's just so many that, so negative though. It's passing backwards and going back sideways.
Yeah, because I saw this thing. They were like doing this thing. They were showing how wingers played, like in the last 30 years, all right? And they got to like 2025, right? And the winger would get the ball and he'd stand there with the ball, with his foot on the ball, and have a look around. And then he'd like fucking pass it backwards and then run forward.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And like, how about fucking actually trying to take a player on and beat a player? Do you know what I mean? It's just fucking bollocks. They're all so fucking scared of fucking like losing possession. It's just like they seem to think that possession is the fucking magical key or the elixir that's going to bring you Premier League points. Well, I've got news for you, mate. It ain't always the case.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you can have all the possession in the world, but if the other team hits you on the fucking counter attack, couple of Napier quick strikes, you'd be fucking cut the goals down.
Yeah. Well, I remember the days of the wizardry wingers. You don't get any of them anymore. The ones that took players on, the waddles and all that. Used to take the players on and go past them and cross it, and there's nothing like that anymore. They don't seem to want to do it for some reason, or they're the inclination.
No, I just think they think it's too risky, mate.
Yeah.
Like, there's too much risk. If you go try and take someone on and it's not successful and you lose possession, the other lot could go up the other end and score, and that's what I think they're worried about. But that's fucking sport. It's like football. Do you know what I mean? It's part and parcel of the game.
So you got to gamble and do it. You got to do it because it's about attacking. And you want to be entertaining. You entertain these fans that pay loads of fucking money to come and see you. And they have to watch that shit that we watch sometimes. It's fucking terrible.
It is fucking terrible. I hate it, mate. And, sometimes you have to speculate to accumulate. Do you know what I mean? You have to, fucking chance your arm a bit. Do you know what I mean? And I'll tell you one thing, Arthur wouldn't approve. Arthur Daly I'm talking about, he would be well up for fucking taking a little punt. Do you know what I mean? And this is what I'm talking about. You can't fucking micromanage things to that extent.
No.
It's fucking ridiculous. Why the football's so fucking negative, and if they're not careful, they're going to kill it.
Yeah, for sure. It is. It's bad.
It's more important now for some of these people to be sitting there in the stand watching looking at someone's fucking haircut and fucking, what they look like than fucking what they're actually doing on the pitch. I just don't fucking get it, Steve. It is just all bullshit.
They're there to play football.
Bullshit.
They're there to play football, aren't they? They're not there to look like bloody, I don't know, like a
fashion model. Yeah, if they want to fucking go and watch fucking fashion models strutting about, go to fucking London Fashion Week or Paris Fashion Week or whatever it is. Don't fucking infest my fucking football club. Do you know what I mean? It's fucking infested with dickheads like that who've got no fucking clue about football. They're just sitting there going, "Oh, isn't he lovely? Look at how he's dressed. Oh, yes, I love him." Do you know what I mean? Fuck off.
Yeah, that's terrible, isn't it? Oh, fuck that.
Yeah, it fucking gets on my tits, mate. It really does.
Fucking disgusting.
I'm sick of it. I really am fucking sick of it.
Yeah, I totally agree, 100%. But as for this, Warren, I think the closest to getting to Salah is probably Haaland or Isak. But Haaland's even injured, isn't he? So is he coming back at all to play?
Probably not. Probably not.
Isaac,
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
He's most likely, I just can't see anyone that's getting anywhere near him. He's too far ahead.
Yeah. He ain't scored that much lately, Salah, though, is he? So,
no. But it is quite fucking disturbing that the player who's going to win the Golden Boot is only likely to score maximum about 30 goals this season.
Yeah.
Back in the day, it would be 30, 33, 34, 35 goals you need to score to even have a sniff of fucking winning it. Now, like you could fucking potentially win it by only scoring 27. I just think, no.
No, but that's back when you had the real out and out strikers, didn't you? Like Predators like Lineker and whatever, all those people, you know, that just knew where the goal was. Just purely goal machines, weren't they? That's all they were.
Yeah.
They knew, you know, the foxes in the boxes, as we used to call them, you know. Well, when
Exactly.
Francis Jeffers, do you remember that when you got him? That fox in the box, they called him, didn't they? And he done fuck.
No, he was dog shit.
He
He was fucking rubbish, mate. I remember watching a game and they kept, like, every time someone in the forward position got the ball, they were trying to give it to him so he could score, and he just kept fucking it up. Chance after chance after chance. He was fucking rubbish.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, big time, man. But you should never have got him, no way. But he was banging them
Not good enough. Do you know what I mean? Not fucking good enough, mate. And like, you know, it's been a long succession of fucking Arsenal signing players and wasting fucking money on players that aren't good enough.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, I think it's probably more likely to be Salah that wins it, probably.
Yeah, I agree with you, mate. It'd be a fucking major surprise to me if he doesn't.
Yeah.
You know, Haaland, like you say, is injured. Is he going to come back? And is it like, even if he does come back, he's only going to have like 5 or 6 games to catch him up. I just think it's not enough. Not with the right ways players are scoring goals these days.
Yeah. Isak, I suppose, could have a chance. He's capable of getting a few goals, a lot of goals towards the end of the season.
He'd have to get another 7 goals in 5 games, mate. And I just don't see him getting that many. Do you know what I mean? Chris Wood definitely won't. He ain't going to get 10 goals and Salah not get any.
Yeah.
Do you know he's going to have to get 9 goals just to catch Salah?
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's going to have to get 10 goals to go past him. And that's even if Salah doesn't score anymore. It's just, mate, it's not going to happen. It would be a fucking major surprise if Salah doesn't win it.
And unfortunately, Bramo or Visser won't do it either, unfortunately. But
no,
it's great.
Anyone from anyone sort of with below like 18 or below, they ain't got a chance, mate. It's just not enough games.
No. It's just I'm glad to see there's actually a couple of beast strikers up there for a change, though. Our closest was with Tony. Tony was third. You remember that? Behind and Haaland. He was third.
That's right. That's where Bremo's going to be. If they finish it now, Bremo would be third as well.
Yeah. Yeah, he deserved it as well. I think he's had a great season, Bramo. You know, I really do. And, you know, I still think there's slight things about him I don't like, that he can't always pick out the right ball sometimes, or he gets a bit lazy in the game. Because I think he's a great player. There is a great player there. But sometimes he don't do the right thing. And that's probably why he ended at a really big club, unfortunately. You know, if he was at a really bigger club, he might do something as well. And I hate to say that about us, that we're not a big club, because we're not, though. We're still not a big club, even though we're in the Premier. But, you know, I think, would he do better at somewhere like Arsenal? Would you? Oh, actually, Arteta would fucking ruin him, wouldn't he? Let's be honest. That'd be the thing.
Yeah, well, he hasn't got a very good track record with strikers. That's the thing. If I was in Bremer, I wouldn't fucking touch Arsenal with a barge pole, mate.
I wouldn't either. No. So where should he go? City? Could he get? He'd be on the bench mainly, probably.
Maybe City would be a good option for him. Do you know? Maybe he could play in Bremer and Haaland up front together. But for me, like them in Bremer and Wissa together, like they've got a really effective partnership.
Yeah, they have.
So, do you know what I mean? Like, do you know? Like, there are a few bigger clubs in the Premier League, but if I was managing one of those clubs, I'd want to sign the two of them as a pair. But you're gonna, like, if I was Brentford, I'd want 160 million minimum for the pair of them.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, we would. We won't do fucking cheapskates like you lot that got our fucking goalie for next to nothing. We ain't having that, Warren. We can fuck off. You can jog on with.
I still don't really understand why Arsenal signed him.
Yeah.
I don't. He's a good goalkeeper, but so was Aaron Ramsey at the time. And when I hear people like going on about Ramsey and how crap he was, he was like a cornerstone of why that team fucking finished that season in second. He was a big part of it because he saved Arsenal from a few absolute batterings that season.
Yeah.
Like the save at Leicester, and he pulled off saves like that on numerous occasions.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know, mate. I remember thinking at the time, well, if he was that good, how come he's not playing in the Spanish national team? How come he's not at Barcelona or Real Madrid?
He has played for Spain. I know he has, but
like the regular number one, because he isn't, is he?
No.
I mean, he gets picked for the squad, but fair play to him. But you know, he's not the number one. You know, and he's not in the class of, you know, the Liverpool goalkeeper.
No.
And I'm still like fucking not convinced he's as good as Emi Martinez.
Well, that's the one you need to keep, isn't it? Really, Emi, I think.
Well, it's another fucking thing. It's down to Arteta. And why did he fucking allow Emi Martinez to walk out of the club? All he needed to do was say to him, yeah, you're going to be my number one, because he was the one that was in possession of the jersey. Why did he fucking choose Leno? I think it makes no fucking sense. Unless, of course, the two of them had a ruck, which is highly possible.
Yeah. Well, they do fall out of him. I think, he's a prat. He's a wanker. No wonder. He's an arsehole. As you said, Tierney and all that. That is fucking disgusting with him. Fucking terrible what he done to Tierney.
Exactly.
And I don't blame the guy for going back to Celtic, you know. Where you feel at home, you feel back at home there at Celtic, wouldn't he? And respected.
Well, yeah, I mean, if he fucking respected and he'd be fucking treated properly by Brendan Rodgers.
Yeah, definitely.
Brendan fucking loves him, mate. I mean, I remember seeing his interview with Brendan, and he was talking about this situation with Tierney and Zinchenko, and he sort of insinuated with his comments that Tierney wasn't being treated fairly.
Yeah.
And I agree with him. I don't think he has been treated fairly, and I know why. I think I know why. Do you know what I mean? But, you know, I'm not going to go into that on here, mate, because I will really fucking kick off and I will upset a lot of people if I do. So it's probably better that I don't talk about it. But,
I've got to wrap it up in a minute as well, Ron, because obviously we've gone over 2 hours, mate, again this time. 2 hours 20. So,
I was going to say to you, mate, I need to go in a minute.
And I want to watch the second half of that football, to be honest, as well.
Exactly, mate.
It's only 2-0 by the way at half time. So there could be more. There could be more goals there. You never know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure Spurs will come back. Are you? I don't think they will.
No, I don't think so. I think there's big issues at that club, and I don't think it's anything to do with Ange. They've had a whole succession of top draw managers there, and it's just not worked. So you have to look about what's going on above the manager. For me, it's Levy, mate. He's a fucking big problem, that fella.
But he is, yeah. Yeah, I don't think Ange is a real issue at all. But,
you've had a whole succession. They've had Jose, they've had Conte, they've had like Ange. Can't keep having all these managers and it all be going wrong because of them.
No, it's higher up. It's the owner, the chairman, whatever.
They've had two of the best managers in the game in world football, and it didn't work.
No. So yeah, I think Levy's got to go, but he won't, will he? I don't think they will get rid of him. Somewhere it won't happen.
No.
And that's what's going to hold them back, I think, Spurs. But then
I agree with you, mate. And I think he is the problem. You know, and then hopefully he'll stay there as long as possible.
Yeah, that'd make you happy, wouldn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
But we don't want fucking Spuds winning anything, do we? No.
No, mate, definitely not.
But,
No.
But no, it's been a great stream, mate. Although it's been a bit of a marathon again in the end, but it's been a good one. And thanks to everyone in the live chat that's been in there, Mel and Stepsy and Jordan and Harry. Thanks to Jordan coming on briefly. Weren't long, but he was on for a little while. Thanks to Kev as well in the live chat and everyone else watching on playback or live. So thanks for all that. Keep supporting me. I'm actually up to 120 now on the subs. I hope they carry on going up. Somehow I got up to that, thankfully, and I don't want to lose them again. Cross fingers for that. I don't want to lose the subs again, but I don't know what happens with that. Why I lose them every now and again? I don't get it, but still.
No, I don't know. Make sure you mention the cricket channel as well, Steve.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, I've got to do one yet, Warren. I keep saying I'm going to do one, and I'm going to do a stream, and I ain't done it yet.
I was listening on the radio to Kent against Gloucestershire in the county championship. Before I come on, it was fucking really exciting.
Yeah. Some of them are. Yeah, they are blastathon. Some of them, with a bat, and but I've got to do it. I want to follow sort of Middlesex as well, which is my team, of course. So I've got to start doing all that and IPL and things like that. So I'm going to do that. I don't know. I might do one Friday. I'm not totally sure yet, but I might. I don't know if you'll be up for that one, mate, if I do one. Or
maybe, yeah. I've just got a lot going on. No, I won't be around on Friday, Steve. Sorry, mate.
No worries. No, it's fine, mate.
Yeah, I've got something I have to do on Friday, and I'm not sure I'm going to be back in time.
No, it's cool. Don't worry about it, mate. It's cool. If I do, I might not even do one anyway. So, but I mean, I've got to start. I know I have, and I want to. It's just a lot of other stuff. I've got all these other streams doing at the moment, these channels. Obviously, this one, and I've got the buzz still buzzing, and I've got the new Premier prediction I'm doing on a Friday, which will be the FA Cup, of course. So I've got to do that for the. Well, there is Premier as well, though, isn't there? There is Premier matches. There is a few, so I might have to do that as well. Because we're not playing till next Thursday, so it's a long while for us to be playing. Because we got Forest who are in the FA Cup, so we can't play them at the moment. So yeah, but there's plenty to come, guys. Please keep subbing, smashing the likes. Follow me on Insta, Mr. B for Life 182, and Mr. B Hive of Football Chat, and Mr. B Chats England Cricket. Go and sub to all those. It's been a great stream. Do you want to shout your socials, Warren, before we go, my friend?
Yeah, you find me on Warren's Team Talk on X, Instagram, Blue Sky, Threads, and on YouTube. I'm not really streaming at the moment. I will be as soon as I get a few things sorted out, but I will be coming back, but it's just not going to happen for a few weeks, I don't think. But yeah, thanks ever so much for having me on, Steve. And please, guys, make sure you go and check Steve's cricket channel out, Mr. B Chats England Cricket, and make sure you put a like on this video for him, hitting that thumbs up button. And also, if you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe to him on here as well. So yeah, it's been a great show, mate. Thanks ever so much for letting me come on. I've really enjoyed it, mate.
Anytime, brother. Anytime. You know, you're welcome on, mate.
Thank you.
You know that. And anyone else is welcome. Of course, I did put the the link in. I mean, and but no one else. Well, we had Jordan on. There was somebody else who was going to come on, but I'll tell you about that afterwards quickly, Warren. But anyway, I'm going to go now, mate, and going to wrap this up and go and watch some football and everything. Have a bit to eat as well. And until the next time, guys, we are going to be out of here. Goodbye. Cheers, everyone. We're bouncing.
Cheers. Bye-bye. Bye.